sure. It's been a really good season overall for us this year. We've definitely had a lot of highs. Broken some school national records a few times. I think for the team, definitely our trip to Alaska was a big high. Just the whole experience of going up there. And there's really not been too many lows. I think obviously our only blemish is the loss to Kentucky that we had a few weeks or a month back. But I think that was really good for us too. It kind of gave us a bit of a wake-up call, and it was maybe the first match that we were put under any kind of pressure this year. So that's really helped us, kind of start our preparation for the end of the season. And I think we learned a lot from that match, and hopefully that can be a real benefit for us in finishing the season off.
Now going for a national best record with the NCAA tournament coming up. Is there any added pressure with having the target on your back?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe outside, but I think we're all trying to just stay really focused on ourselves. We want to go there and do our best. We want to shoot a good performance. What we're capable of doing. So, we're very focused on doing that, and I think whether there is pressure or not, we have to avoid that by just being focused on ourselves. So, of course, if you go in as number one team, then there's always going to be certain expectations. But we've been in this position before, and it doesn't really matter what number you go in as seeded or ranked or anything like that. We just want to go in and have the best performance that we can.
Obviously, you've had great teams, but also with this past Olympics, does that added anything to the limelight for you guys?
I think it's definitely maybe adds something. It's different. There's definitely more focus. The year before and after the Olympics. It's definitely been a highlight for us having both Nico and Petra there, and all of Nico's success from the Olympics. And I think just maybe increases the profile of not just our team but the whole sport maybe. So there's always the benefits of having a huge event like that, and I think it just sometimes adds as a bit of inspiration too for the younger guys. Whether they're U.S. or any international people that we have. In our sport, the Olympics is the pinnacle and what drives a lot of them. So, when you're just coming off that year and that event, quite often it's sort of, like I said, kind of inspirational and gives maybe that extra bit of motivation and desire for these guys to come in and work hard and train.
You guys have shot well of late. Any risk of peaking perhaps a little bit too soon prior to this tournament?
There's always that risk. I think we started off this semester pretty slowly, and we've definitely had times or years in the past where we've been pretty burnt out by the time we got to championships. So we were conscious of that this year. So we don't feel that that's a danger per se, but it's still 2 days, anything can happen. But no, I think we're in a really good position. I don't feel, other than a few coughs or colds, that we're burnt out by any means, and we're still working hard. So I think the timing's been a lot better this season, and hopefully we can just keep improving and have a better performance than we did at Garks.
How do you manage excitement? This is for the national championship, but yours is a sport where you can't be emotional. You can't be.
Sure. It's hard. It's really hard. We do a lot on the psychology side. We've had a lot of help from one of our sport performance consultants, should I say. He's one of the doc students in the PhD program, and some of the kids also work with Dr. Ed as well. So the psychology side is really important, and I think that maybe started from the Kentucky match. I think some of our guys went in there and, having been pretty relaxed all season, suddenly they got the butterflies and a little bit anxious, and maybe didn't deal with it the best, but that was really good for us to start preparing. But it's hard. I think all you can do is be the best prepared you can as possible, and also accept that there's going to be nerves and whether you call it pressure or just under duress or being uncomfortable, as it were. So it's part of the preparation of just being prepared to be uncomfortable, and it's hard to replicate that in practice, but we've talked about it a lot. We've used the past few matches to try and get used to that, and all of them work with the psychologist a good bit. So you just kind of try and do your best and prepare for it as most you can.
What do you do the night before and then the night between small bore and air rifle?
We just try and keep the same routine. GARX is a great preparation for us because it's NCAA's follows the same routine, but just as any away match, if we're having 2 matches in a row, we shoot the competition and maybe have a short debrief, go and have a team dinner, and make sure they go get some rest and chill out and bed and get up and do the same the next day. So little things maybe at championships, we try and very much keep things in the same routine. So we, if there's going to be parents and families there, we try and limit contact and just tell them that we'll see you, kids will see you after the matches when we're all done. We're going to stay in our routine and just try and keep them focused and keep everything as normal as possible. At the end of the day, it is another match. I mean, it may have a little bit more meaning for some, and it's the last match of our season, but we really, as coaching staff, we really try and keep it as mundane and as normal as possible, and just try and keep the kids in their routine, and so that they can just keep doing what they're doing. We're a very repetitive sport, so you try and just keep things the same all the time, so that they don't feel it's anything special or anything abnormal, and just they can focus on their own performance and do their best.
Everyone knows, what Petra's capable of, but it seems as of late that you've gotten a lot more contributions, even some people pushing her in terms of results.
Sure.
Do you have the depth that you feel like you need to?
Yeah, definitely. I feel we're going there with, our team of 5 are really strong. The fact Thomas qualified as an individual as well, shows that we have that depth. And we've got a few others that, could have filled in as well if necessary. So, like you said, Petra's been incredible this season. But yeah, I think in air rifle, Marin's really pushed her a lot and is capable of shooting similar scores, and some of the guys in small bore have pushed her a little bit more this year as well. So I think that's both she's helped them push themselves and have someone to chase, and equally I think her having a bit more competitions really spurred her on a little bit as well this year. So yeah, we've definitely had a lot more depth this year, and I think that's really helped them, as a whole team, push each other and help each other and work together, and you need that to shoot some of the scores that we have.